I think we can start to discuss Joe Biden's campaign, perhaps in the past tense. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden, as we know him, after today, after the George Clooney disavowal, after Pelosi refusing to commit to him, after Richie Torres wouldn't even really commit to him, after Michael Bennett came out and said that he thinks Joe is going to lose, I think we can start to call today the beginning of the end for the man known as Joseph Robinette Biden. I think we can kind of see the the veneer falling out of his mouth. We can kind of see the hair plugs begin to come undone. I'm starting to think that we're seeing it all crash. And that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me happy. We also found out today that Biden did indeed see a Parkinson's specialist in January, and they lied. They lied. Karine Jean Pierre, the butch lesbian black DEI hire, she lied. They lied. They all told you that it wasn't anything to do with Biden's health. And it turns out that it was everything to do with Biden's health. But I'm going to start this stream off by saying if you are watching, please give this a retweet. We've not been doing this for a very long time, so my algorithm is not primed yet for live. So we're trying to prime this algorithm for live. And look, I don't think Joe Biden's going to be hanging on much longer to this campaign. I don't see the life in the campaign anymore. I actually see it all starting to come apart, and I think everyone else is starting to see it too. So let me see what you're thinking. I'm curious what everybody that's listening to this has to say. Um, are you starting to see the tide turn? Are you starting to see Joe Biden's wheels come off? I don't know. I really don't know. I see Clooney's. I mean, I don't know how many people have actually read George Clooney's op-ed. Maybe we can do a live reading of this. It was absolutely, I mean, it was blistering. He absolutely wrecked Joe Biden in this interview. It says, we shall read it out loud. It says, I'm a lifelong Democrat. I make no apologies for that. I'm proud of what my party represents and what it stands for. Let me put it up on the screen here. Hang on a second. Let me put it on the screen. Give me 1 second because I'm pretty new to this too. Hang on. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Where we at? Where we at? Opinion. George Clooney. So here it is. It says, I'm a lifelong Democrat. I make no apologies for that. I'm proud of what my party represents and what it stands for. That's sad. As part of my participation in the democratic process and in support of my chosen candidate, I have led some of the biggest fundraisers in my party's history. Barack Obama in 2012, Hillary Clinton in 2016, Joe Biden in 2020. Last month, I co-hosted the single largest fundraiser supporting any Democratic candidate ever for Joe Biden's reelection. I say all of this only to express how much I believe in this process and how profound I think this moment is. And here we go. I love Joe Biden as a senator, as vice president, and as president. I consider him a friend, and I believe in him. Believe in his character, believe in his morals. In the last 4 years, he has won many of the battles that he's faced. But the one battle he cannot win is the fight against time. None of us can. It's devastating to say it, but Joe Biden, I was there with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser, was not the Joe Big fucking deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. Was he tired? Yes. A cold? Maybe. But our party leaders need to stop telling us that 51 million people didn't see what we just saw. We're all so terrified by the prospect of a second Trump term that we've opted to ignore every warning sign. The George Stephanopoulos interview only reinforced what we saw the week before. As Democrats, we collectively hold our breath or turn down the volume whenever we see the president, whom we respect, walk off Air Force One, or walk back to a mic to answer an unscripted question. Now, I'm going to just take a pause here. This is blistering. This is absolutely blistering. This is blistering, people. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is a Clooney piece. This is not a fucking piece from a Fox News anchor. This is George Clooney, the king liberal. It doesn't get more liberal than George Clooney. This is the liberal elite, right? I think he's a piece of shit. My grandmother used to love George Clooney. She used to call him George Colony. She used to think he was such a handsome man, and she thought it was so wonderful that he had a villa in Lake Como and loved Italians. I say George Clooney can bend over and suck every inch that I've got. Anyway, is it fair to point these things out? It has to be. This is about age, nothing more, but also nothing that can be reversed. Here we go. We are not going to win November with this president. On top of that, we won't win the House, and we're going to lose the Senate. This isn't only my opinion. This is the opinion of every senator and Congress member and governor who I've spoken with in private. Every single one, irrespective of what he or she is saying publicly. We love to talk about how the Republican Party has ceded all power and all traits that made it so formidable with Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush to a single person who seeks to hold on to the presidency, and yet most of our members of Congress are opting to wait and see if the dam breaks, but the dam is broken. We can put our heads in the sand and pray for a miracle in November, or we can speak the truth. It is disingenuous at best to argue that the Democrats have already spoken with their vote, and therefore the nomination is settled and done when we just received this new and upsetting information. Pause. Everybody knew from 2020, when you wouldn't let this motherfucker out of a basement, every single one of you knew that he had dementia. You all covered it up for 4 years so you could keep the White House. So don't fucking play with me that it's new information. You people just couldn't cover it up anymore, you sick sons of bitches. Fuck you all. Anyway, let's continue. We all think Republicans should abandon their nominee now that he's been convicted of 34 felonies. That's new and upsetting information as well. Top Democrats, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, and senators, representatives, and other candidates who face losing in November need to ask this president to voluntarily step aside. All of the scary stories that were being told about what would happen next are simply not true. In all likelihood, the money in the Biden-Harris coffers could likely go to help elect the presidential ticket and other Democrats. The new nominee wouldn't be left off ballots in Ohio. We Democrats have a very exciting bench. No, you don't. We don't anoint leaders or fall sway to a cult of personality. Yes, you do. We vote for a president. No, you don't. If you voted for a president, Bernie Sanders won the 2016 nomination and the 2020 nomination too, but we're not going to get into all that. We can easily foresee a group of several strong Democrats stepping forward to stand and tell us why they're best qualified to lead this country and take on some of the deeply concerning trends we're seeing from the revenge tour that Donald Trump calls a presidential campaign. Mind you, George Clooney doesn't want to hand it right to Harris. Keep this in mind. Racism, racism, racism. Let's skip right over the black lady. Let's skip right over Kamala Harris, the woman who is vice president. Let's skip right over her and talk to anybody else, because God forbid we should have a black woman on the ticket, right? Racism, racism, racism. Don't you ever let them forget that. Don't you ever let them forget it. Do I actually think it's racism? No. But we're going to make sure we continue to say that, because that is how you divide people. Let's hear from Wes Moore and Kamala Harris and Gretchen Whitmer and Gavin Newsom and Andy Beshear and J.B. Pritzker and others. Really? Why do I want to hear from J.B. Pritzker? Oh, because he's a billionaire, so he can maybe self-fund. Don't forget J.B. Pritzker's money. Don't forget. They're going to throw this guy pretty far in. They're going to want him to fund a lot of his campaign. This guy could be a contender in the coming week. Let's agree that the candidates not attack one another, but in the short time we have, focus on what will make this country soar I mean, you can't do that and talk about Democrats because Democrats only fuck this country up. Then we could go into the Democrat convention next month and figure it out. Would it be messy? Yes, democracy is messy. Pause. We're not a democracy. We're a republic. I know you wouldn't know that, George. Running around fucking Italy in your fucking little yacht with George fucking Clooney, Huma Abedin. What's your wife's name? Amal, the bitch. Fucking Obama. Fucking Michelle. Running around with all these pieces of shit. I know you wouldn't remember that America's actually a republic and not a democracy, but just reminding you in case you forgot, you stupid motherfucker. Continue. But would it enliven our party and wake up voters who long before the June debate had already checked out? It sure would. The short ramp to election day would be a benefit to us, not a danger, of course. It will give us the chance to showcase the future without so much opposition research and negative campaigning that comes with these long and expensive election seasons. Did you see this line? Did you see this line? It's the first time I'm seeing this line. Really? So he's literally saying, let's just slide in some unknowns so that they can't do opposition research on them. He literally wrote that down. This can be an exciting time for our democracy, as we've just seen with the 200 or so French candidates who stepped aside and put their personal ambitions on hold to save democracy from the far right. Oh my God. That's the paragraph. I haven't read this until right now. That's the paragraph that should be talked about. You didn't save democracy from the far right. You disenfranchised voters by doing tactical voting and rigged an election in France. Oh, God. Oh, God. The final line is Joe Biden is a hero. He saved democracy in 2020. Really? By stealing an election? We need him to do it again in 2024. Shit. I mean, this is the most brainwashed shit that I've ever read in my life. So Clooney is telling you flat fucking out. He doesn't care one bit about democracy. He doesn't care one bit about anything. He cares about winning the 2024 election for his party, his horrible party. Now, let's keep one thing extremely in our heads. Joe Biden won the Democrat nomination in 2024. He won the delegates. He went into the convention that's going to happen in August with the majority, the large majority of the delegates. The people voted. 14 million Democrats voted in the primary for Joe Biden. Like they say in a store when you break a vase, you break it, you buy it. You bought Joe Biden. You cannot return him just because he is now broken. You knew he was broken a long time ago. You knew very well what this man was. So don't begin to tell me for 1 second, that you want to now change out the nominee and disenfranchise 14 million Democrats because, like George Clooney says, new information. There's no new information. All you had to do was open your eyes. We've been telling you. This did not start yesterday. Go look at the RNC research page on Twitter. Go look at Benny Johnson's page on Twitter. Go look at my page on Twitter. Go look at any fucking page, Nick Sorter, anybody, Ollie London, anybody, any right-wing person has been telling you since 2020 that Joe Biden was demented. Joe Biden in the 2020 campaign, you didn't realize what he was about because he hid in the basement. He hid in the basement. Anybody who's anybody remembers that. They blamed it on COVID. It wasn't because of COVID. It was because of shit like this. If they had Joe Biden out front in 2020, you would have seen a very similar case. Now, has he done worse in the past 4 years? Of course. Of course. But is he so much better now? Or so much worse now? No. He's literally the same guy, just 4 years older. So Nancy Pelosi comes out today and she goes to the Morning Joe crew and she goes, "Oh, I think Joe Biden will have to make that decision himself." Really? He already decided, Heifer. He already decided that he's staying in the race. Why does everybody continue to say Joe Biden is going to have to make this decision for himself when Joe Biden already told you he's staying in the race? Why will you not listen to Joe Biden? He told you he's staying in the race. The fuck? How do you just not listen? Because they all know he's not in charge. They all know the real people that make the decisions are going to have to make a decision. And right now, that decision has not been made yet. Oh, people in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. Do you think he hangs on? Do you think he holds on? I'm starting to think he don't hold on. I am starting to think he doesn't hold on. We have a few comments. American Spiritual Politics. He said, Joey, you rock. You're way better than everyone on cable news, even the right-wing shows. Yes, Biden may be swapped with Harris. I don't even know. I don't even know if they're going to slide Harris right in there. I mean, she was out there yesterday with the basketball players, Miss Silverthroat Harris. And I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised that they are overly compensating for Biden by throwing Harris out in front so blatantly. She's been doing a lot of solo appearances, much more than before. She's talking about a weaponized Department of Justice in reference to Trump, what he'll do in 25 when he gets in. Bunch of bullshit. What else do we have? Will George Clooney hire that thing on your head to play ferret and oh brother, where art thou? Oh, you're a troll. I'm also in Italia. I saw leftism there. It destroyed them. We'll never let it happen in the USA. Oh, don't be so surprised. Don't be so surprised. Leftism is already destroying the United States. Look at what's going on in Congress right now with the SAVE Act. They can't even pass the damn SAVE Act. They can get it just through the House, but cannot get it through the Senate. Can't get it to the president, and every Democrat's voting against it. So don't ever tell me that we don't already have a destroyed country. If you can't pass a bill as simple as the SAVE Act that just says illegals should not be voting and you should require a photo ID and citizenship, I mean, give me a break, people. Rick Slocum, he says, Clooney who? George Clooney. He's an actor. Just Google him. He's well known. He's a big dude. He's extremely well known, actually. One of the biggest Democrats out there. And he does not want anybody named Joe Biden at the White House. He wants the Biden agenda, the Democrat agenda, but he wants it implemented with a different face, essentially. We got breaking news, people. We got breaking news as we're sitting here on the air. 198 House Democrats voted against the SAFE Act just now. 190. Is there fireworks going on outside? Ada? Hold on. I think that either there's fireworks or we got a gang shooting outside. I'm not going to go check because if they're shooting, whatever. The SAVE Act. 198 Democrats voted against it. And so how many voted for it? How many voted for it? We just got 198 voted against it. Let's see how many voted for it. SAVE Act. Democrats. Son of a bitch, 198. One of the damn. I mean, this is what I mean. They'll do anything now. They went on the record, 198 of them, that they don't care. 5 voted for it. You got 5 Democrats that voted for the SAVE Act. Let's try to find out who they are. SAVE Act, 5 Democrats. How many? Who were the 5 Democrats? Who were they? I don't think the names are out yet. I don't think the names are out. Once they're, this fireworks going out outside. Anyway, yeah, we don't know who they are yet. We'll find out very soon once they put the roll call vote up. But so it's passed through the House. Cameron Scott, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Todd Fucks, Joey, say your favorite heterosexual act. Todd, you need help. You need help. I know you want to fantasize about me, but we're going to chill on that one. Survivor, Joey's the best. Thanks for what you do, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Any voted for it? Any Republicans that voted against it? No, every Republican voted for it. Every single Republican seemed to have voted for it. So that is a good sign. The bad sign is that we have 198 Democrats who feel that for their party, they need to allow illegal aliens to vote. And the motion to table fails. What's going on? The House failed to table a motion. Oh, so we might actually get Merrick Garland held in contempt. Inherent contempt. We'll see if Anna Paulina Luna can pull it off. She's been a big surprise. Anna Paulina is excellent. She's been a very big surprise. They didn't I didn't know what to think of her when she got in because it was her first term, but she's been amazing. I mean, I didn't expect her to come out blazing like this. She's got more tactical skill in the House than many of the people that have been there for ages. It's weird because, some of these people have been there 15, 20 years and they're not even aware of the House procedures that Paulina just happens to pull out of her hat. And, we got Adam Schiff. She tried to find him. She got him censured. Now she's going after Garland. And she's got a lot going on. She has got a lot going on. I like her a lot. Paulina Luna. She's one of the better ones. She is one of the better ones. The manner. Oh, my troll. My troll is in the house. He said Joey's wig is worse than Maxine Waters. Oh, Mr. Tupe Shakur. This is his name. Tupe Shakur, Manarino Festo. He is, they're investigating him. The police in Spain are actually actively investigating that account. We're going to have some information on who he is soon. So far, we just gotten back a couple of things that I won't put out here because it may be considered doxing, but we soon will know exactly where that's coming from because he made rape threats to my wife. That was very bad news, very bad idea when you have laws in other countries and we're actually in other jurisdictions right now. Very bad idea. Todd Fox, he goes, Joey, let us watch you eat a banana. I'm going to pass on that. I eat my bananas sliced, by the way. I don't eat my bananas whole. I only eat them with a fork. Weird, I know. Let's see. We got some other comments. He'll probably push Big Mike as the candidate, George Clooney. I don't know. You can't put the salt back in the shaker. I don't know if you can put the salt back in the shaker, but I don't know how you would at this point because every single person has come out and said they don't find Biden to be qualified. So suddenly everybody's just going to turn around and say Biden is the one. I don't really see how that's even possible. I don't see how it's possible. They've dissed him so much. How do we get him back on target? You want to come in? If you want, if you have anything to say. Nothing. Come. No? Okay. No, you don't have to sit and watch, but my wife was watching here from the side. We were talking about are you yeah. She's ready for bed. We're in the other room, but she just wanted to stop in and tell me she was going to bed. But now she wants to sit and watch. So we were talking about Biden and Clooney. And so the UK appointed a new chair of the 2022 committee. We got to see that. I have to look into that. Somebody said he did not make rape threats. Sita. You don't know what I'm referring to, but I got it all documented. They're investigating that. Anyway, so hard to believe that the Democrats did not have a plan. I think they believed their own hype. I think for a minute they believed their own hype. I truly think they started to believe what they were hearing, that Joe Biden was the most qualified person to ever be president. And he was the sharpest human being to ever be president. I don't believe it. I don't think anybody believes it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, Manarino Festo, he's on a roll. All he's doing, he's got his right hand is busy thinking about me, and then the left hand is busy typing, or maybe reversed. He goes, I still watch the video of the big black guy calling your wife a whore and you ain't do shit. Listen, Manarino Festo, you don't ever throw the first punch. First rule of self-defense. You wait for somebody to hit you, then you hit back, so you have free reign to do whatever you want, essentially. It's much harder to prove if you use some kind of level of overt force after they first strike you. See, I know the law. You don't know the law. You don't know the law because you're just sitting there in your little teepee over in Chicago doing nothing. Thoughts of Dame Andrea Jenkins. Let's see Andrea Jenkins and see if I know who that is. When you start getting into the UK politics, there is a level of stuff that I just don't have clues about. Yeah, I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her. I look forward to you telling me about it. Calling your wife a whore is the first struck, you little cuck. Todd, some guy, I don't know who he is. He's a come here. See if you've seen this face before. He's just this guy. I don't know him. Not a terrible looking person though. No, I mean he hates himself clearly, but whatever. Anyway, um well, we've got 11,500 people watching. If you're watching, retweet this. We're not going to be on long tonight. It's going to be short because you can't tell, I'm tired. It's hot. We are on vacation. We're in Italy, and it's so hot. It's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. You walk out the door, it's 99 degrees. It's 99 degrees. It's terrible. You walk out, you go down the street to get coffee, iced coffee, and you just sweat and sweat and sweat. Albert, he said, Trump 2024, it's too big to rig. It better be too big to rig. But we better be prepared because Gretchen Whitmer, I don't know if you saw what she just did. This is something that's flying under the radar right now. But Gretchen Whitmer, the little fucking funky ass bitch, she has said that she's going to try to advocate for a law, or it's already passed, where no, it's actually signed into law. This law will stop local officials from conducting recounts to investigate fraud. And when fraud occurs, they have to call the DAs. Well, all the DAs in Michigan are controlled by Soros. So they basically just legalized election cheating in Michigan. So we lost Wisconsin to the drop boxes. We're losing Michigan to this shit. Is Pennsylvania going to try to pull a fast one? I mean, what are we going to do? Like, you know, Joe Biden is the worst candidate that has ever, ever, ever been. But if they cheat, I mean, they cheated him in once. They cheated him in once. She puts to defund BBC, leave the ECHR, repeal EU laws, call for Sunak's removal. Well, she's good. If she did all that, she's good. Somebody said, do you see illegals in Italy? Well, I don't know who's legal and illegal here because here they give out legal passes to a lot of these illegals. So they get in, they get off the boat, like in Spain, Italy, Greece. They get off the boat and they walk around. There's Senegalese, Somalians, Congolese. They bend you over, bust you open like a migrant. No. It's true. They do. They rape like crazy here. Not so much in Italy, but in Spain. The Moroccan talk. My wife is going to tell it because she is the one who's at risk to get raped a lot more than me. Mm-hmm. Tell them. They're not going to rape me. They don't want to.
Maybe they would.
They go in this. They'll smell this thing and run right away.
What?
But they got to rape me in the ass, right?
Ew.
That's what they do. Anyway, tell them about them.
They're mostly Moroccans. The problem. Not that many Congolese, which they are a problem. But the people from Morocco is like the worst.
So in Spain, it's Moroccans.
Uh-huh.
You've never been touched?
Raped? No.
No, not raped. I know you've never been raped, but.
Actually, you know, in these parties, like in the local parties in my hometown,
Mm-hmm.
they used to touch the ass of the girls, the Moroccans.
The Moroccans.
Yeah, but we were teenagers.
Unprovoked. Like you didn't want it and they were.
Of course, they walk around touching asses. Moroccans and gypsies. But gypsies are Spanish, but the Moroccans are not. And we were teenagers.
But it's getting worse.
It's getting very worse.
In Italy, I don't see it so much where we are. We're not in the center of the city where I am right now. We're staying at my cousin's house. But I don't see it so much where I am right now. But if you go near, so in Europe, if you want to get raped, you go to a train station.
That's true. Yesterday was full.
Oh, yeah, you were at the, you were, so tell them about the train station. You didn't take fucking video?
I did not.
Okay, tell them.
It was full of actually Congolese, Somalian, like very dark people.
Don't say that. Okay, go away. I got a sense. See, she'll say the truth. You got to talk a little bit political correct. So Senegalese, Congolese.
I don't know the countries, but African
people. Okay, but so they come.
They're homeless, and they live in the station.
And they live in the station.
But they did not rape me.
Okay. All right. See you.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't want to talk. She's great, but she's more base than me. I know what to not say on the camera. I don't want to get banned. I got to teach her what you can.
What did they say wrong?
Whatever. Um, anyway, oh, they hate you. They're so jealous of you. Look at this. Oh, MM Sitter. She goes, Ada's an escort. She'd know all about it. Tell her to speak English. See, the funny thing about people who diss people who speak English as a second language is that means they speak another language. It's her third language. So, people are very stupid when they say that. 16-year-old soccer stud from Spain, best thing to come from there. Who is that? Which one?
They are very good soccer players in Spain.
No, I know. In Biden's America, you can't speak the truth. You got to be very careful. Hates, they'll ban you. The only thing that really matters right now is that you have a voice to speak. And for one little line, they'll ban you on YouTube, Twitter, not Twitter anymore because we got Elon, but that's what exactly. It's always funny when people who speak one language make fun of the broken English of somebody that can speak multiple language. Exactly. Exactly. I have major respect. I speak 2.5 languages, and I have major respect for, well, I speak 2 languages. If you combine that, half Italian and half Spanish, I speak. But, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. It's very, we have so many illegals in America. They come and they try not to speak English. My wife, she came to America by no choice of her own. She didn't want to come. We just happened because I got very ill. She had to come with me. And anyhow, what did I had? Why do we have to leave? The kidney thing. Yeah. So, but it was not that at first. It was we didn't know how serious it was. And so we thought we were going for a routine thing. Next thing you know, it went all the way bad. So she, we stayed, and she tried her best to learn English. And when you don't try to learn English, that's when I have a problem. I don't have a problem with people who try. And it is not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh, it's only globalists speak multiple languages America first, but that's that Todd guy. He's doing the beard thing, so you don't see that the chin is actually very feminine. But Sunak put Jeremy Hunt back in his shadow. Oh, really? I mean, why are they still in the party? Why are they still in the Conservative Party? Or why doesn't the other half just leave to reform? It's too big. This party doesn't make sense anymore. Doesn't make sense anymore. Somebody said, you're a hot couple. Okay. Thank you so much. MAGA Cat, she's the best. Let her say it. I let her say anything she wants. I just know the trolls are here recording. Manarino Festa, he goes, are you talking about chin? Dude, you have a vagina on your chin. Oh, Mr. Manarino. This guy's so jealous of me. He's an Indian. He's an Indian, but not the. No. He's a Native American. He says, but we don't know what's true. I think he's just whatever. He's a liar, whatever. We need Vivek as Trump's VP. He speaks the truth and wouldn't betray Trump. I would love Vivek as Trump's VP. I would absolutely love Trump to pick Vivek, but I don't know that he will. We've heard a lot about Rubio. We've heard a lot about Burgum. We've heard a lot about Vance. At the end of the day, the only person who knows who Trump is going to pick is Trump in about a week from now. I don't even think Trump knows who he's going to pick. I think he keeps going back and forth, which is okay. It's normal. We have a deep bench. We have an actual deep bench. You should debate Harry. Oh, I would love to debate Harry. Harry Sisson, if you're listening, Harry is actually, I always wondered, I said, what would happen if a child was conceived via anal sex and farted out of his mother's asshole in the middle of diarrhea? That's Harry Sisson. So our friend Harry, I would love to debate him. He's an undercover homosexual. He probably, he has a picture of Biden up in the bedroom, and he's sitting there. He needs just a little, all he needs, he doesn't need the hand. He just needs this right here. And he's playing all night long with himself, thinking about Joseph Robinette Biden. It's very creepy stuff. Somebody said Byron Donalds. I would love Byron Donalds too. People listening, who do you want to be Trump's vice president? Who do you think should be Trump's vice president? Not Kristi Noem. Yes, indeed. MAGA, she said Kristi Noem was the answer before she wrote about puppy murder. I'm not team Kristi Noem. I don't love Kristi Noem anymore. I don't like Kristi Noem anymore. I hate Kristi Noem. because I don't tolerate people who kill puppies. And she just wrote about it. It was sad. Trump's VP will be from cell block 7. Bitch, you about to be on cell block 7, motherfucker. You can bend over for a fucking Congolese migrant and suck this dick. Anyway, undercover homo be undercover. Oh, Thomas Massey would be great. They just took his, well, I don't, his wife died. And I don't know why his wife died, but he's probably not going to be able to handle VP if he's in mourning. I don't know, but he would be a great VP. Sarah Sanders. I would love Sarah Sanders. However, Arkansas doesn't really help us that much. I want her in the administration somewhere, though. That would be absolutely great. Tim Scott, don't diss Nome for what farmers do. My issue with Tim Scott is I don't want Tim Scott. I could get into it. How about Nancy Mace? I would love to see Nancy Mace be in the cabinet. I think she is a very unique Republican. Don't think we need her as VP. Just not for me. I like Vance. He makes sense, but it's too soon for him. Only problem I have with Vance, and I've said this, and it's Vance is being pushed by the family. Junior wants Vance. Junior's camp wants Vance. Just about everybody wants Vance from a certain end of the party. Charlie Kirk, and these are a lot of people. They just really, really, really want Vance. We'll see. I don't particularly know that he'll be picked, but there's a very high probability that Vance would be there. And he'd be a good pick. The only problem I have with Vance, like I said, is Mike DeWine will appoint the Senate replacement. It could be a never Trumper. We might have a problem. Sarah Palin. Child, please. Sarah Palin. She got a bad rap. She got a bad rap for no particular reason other than that she was on the ticket with John the Traitor, John Treason McCain, John Songbird McCain, the name who shall not be mentioned. They call him No Name. He's a traitor to the country. John McCain, she will always have a part of that with her. I don't completely understand. Oh, wow. Marjorie Taylor Greene was just given a speaking slot at the GOP convention. Okay. Well, that means she's not VP. No Tim Scott. He's a dish rag. Yeah, that's one way to put it. He's cool and smart, not a dish rag. Well, look. My issue with Tim Scott, I can't say it, but I know people who know things. And I don't want a VP that can be blackmailed. Put it together. Vance is not another Trump. He is self-made. Read his book. I like him. We'll see if it's Vance. The fact that Newsom is being considered as possible president is laughable. The guy can't govern his state. Imagine the shithole he would turn the USA into. Wouldn't be much worse than what Biden's turning it into, though. Joe Biden has destroyed this country. I don't know how much worse somebody else could make it. Kat Griffin, you like Vivek. I like Vivek. I got to know Vivek a little bit on the bus in Ireland. God, I had my Joe Biden moment in Iowa. He was an excellent person, extremely well-versed. Any question I asked him, he had an answer to. If he didn't have an answer to it, he evaluated it and he made an answer. And he was smart enough to say when he didn't know something too, because some people cannot admit when they don't know the answer to a question. And that's a bad sign. When you can't admit that you don't know, that's even worse than not knowing. If Vivek didn't know something, we were talking about international taxation on American citizens. And if you're not an expatriate, you might not know it. I'm not an expatriate, but I know plenty of people who are. And we had began to talk about that. And he didn't realize, like most people don't, that an American citizen must pay tax anywhere in the world. Anywhere on the world. And once he realized that, he came up with an answer on his position on it after about a day. And it was an extremely well thought out position. He's a great guy. He's an incredible guy. Somebody said Tim Scott isn't tough enough. That is his problem. We need a bulldog like Trump to be VP because there is so much that needs to be done. Trump needs a Trump Jr. Yes, but not Trump Jr. I don't like dynasties. So Trump Jr., the only reason I don't say Trump Jr. is just dynastic politics makes me a little sick. George Bush Sr. and then George Bush the son. I don't know. It's a shame because I love Don Jr. Joey, you rock. Thank you, Side of Paradise. I appreciate you. People are afraid of Trump Jr., but yes, that's true. We need somebody to just burn the fucking place down and just take no prisoners. Get those goddamn illegals out of here. Show no mercy. Trail of tears style deportation. Just go all in. Go all in. We got one last chance to save this country. What did Byron mess up on? I don't remember. Joey, is that a dildo on the shelf behind you? Where? Did somebody leave a dildo on my shelf? No, really. What are you talking about? Because I don't see it. What are you talking about on the shelf behind me? Tell me. I'll go pick it up. Another comment out of context from him. Clooney knew this long ago. Shame on him. He's just trying to save himself. They're all trying to save themselves. If I want a Powerball, my passport be going in the trash. You better say that. But the problem is we're one of the lower tax countries in the world. If you can believe it. They rape people all over the world with tax. They want to do 90% tax in France right now. Very, 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 very dangerous. Bukele's interview with Tucker Carlson is straight fire. Absolutely agree with you. He would be great. I like when he doesn't know, he would tell you he would find the answer. Yes, Vivek is the best. I meant someone like Trump, not one of his kids. We all have had enough of that. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. Don Jr. is a no. Somebody said yes, burn baby. I mean it. Burn this whole system to the ground. The whole system. Burn it all down. They say, oh, we have to preserve American democracy. We're not living in a democracy, people. Burn it to the ground. Burn the system to the ground. Oh, MAGA cat. We are all voting for Trump regardless of his VP. 100%. 100%. Did you just threaten to burn down the White House? No, you fucking idiot. I'm not the left. We don't burn down buildings, bitch. What a fool. This guy's so stupid. What did I tell you? Oh, fuck him. What about Nikki Haley? Hell no. She's slick and she's slimy. You never know what's going to happen. Nikki gets the position. Next thing you know, bad things could happen to Trump. And Nikki becomes the ascendant. I don't like that idea. Trump needs to deport from day one. Stop the war in Ukraine. At this point, he needs to just hand Ukraine to Putin. Because here's the problem with the whole Ukraine thing. If Ukraine beats Putin, or if there's a peace deal made, America's going to get stuck with the bill. I don't want to rebuild Ukraine on my dime. Let Putin pay for it. Tired of this shit. Put Nikki in some low level place in the cabinet. Make Nikki ambassador to somewhere. Make Nikki ambassador to a country. She already did the UN. Give her a plush ambassadorship. Give her the UK. By the way, somebody asked me the other day, they said, is this beer? This is not beer. This is called, I don't know how to focus. This is called water. Sparkling water. Like it's sparkling. Vivek is too slick. I don't agree with that. I think Vivek is just polished. France is gone. You better be ready to yell Allahu Akbar if you're going to France. I'm telling you. Very bad stuff happening in France. And they gave the country away. They cannot ever seem to get it together. So Carrie Lake has also been given a speaking slot. That's excellent. We love Carrie Lake. Damn, I'm mad I didn't go to the RNC. I was invited to the RNC. I said, oh, God, let me go. And then I looked at the hotel prices. I would have had to pay $2,000 a night for a hotel. I was so sad, but I can't afford that. I'm not a rich person. I'm just who I am. Veterans should not be homeless while illegals stay in the USA. A fucking men. Dude, have the same energy to my face, pussy. Fuck you, pussy. I'm tired of it. We're gonna ban this little bitch from my streams. Fucking bitch. That guy's stirring up trouble. He's a little, I'm telling you, this guy, he has sat there and he claimed that I fled America. I don't flee countries. That I ran out of the country because I raped a maid. That I didn't even have a maid in where I was living last. I mean, he's just something's wrong with him. I can't wait. They're investigating him. We have to be willing to do what the Democrats are doing, or we will lose everything. Thank you. You get it. You get it. We have to be willing to do what the Democrats are doing, or we will lose everything. Stop playing, oh, we've got to be moral and righteous. We've got to be the bigger person. The bigger person argument. I got to back this camera up. I'm tired of this damn thing in my face. Thank God, because I got to be able to lean back like Fat Joe. Lean back, lean back. No, I'm sick and tired of this bigger person argument. We always are the bigger people. The party of Reagan is great, but it's not the time of Reagan anymore. It's the party of Trump and the time for Trump. Gotta fight street fighters, street brawlers. Telling you. I'm not sure Vivek has enough experience in government. Thank God he doesn't have enough experience in government. I don't want people in government. Illegals get to go home. Send them out. Send them out. Send them out. The damage Biden has done by Biden's administration, there's no way Trump can deport 30 million migrants. Watch the crime and afterwaves. Yeah. I'm telling you. It's closer to 40 million migrants from what I hear. And we have to be very careful. One thing about the word migrants. Do not use the word migrants. Okay. If you use the word migrant, because I do too, because the news does, and now Trump does. But the word migrant humanizes these people too much. Do not, be very careful. Do not humanize these people. They are not people. These are vermin. These are subhuman creatures who come into these countries. They rape our women. They commit crime. They rob. They are a threat to this nation. We humanize them a lot with the word migrant. The term that we should be using is illegal alien. Illegal alien. Be very careful not to humanize these people. Not good to humanize these people. But I do it too. I always say bend over for a Congolese migrant. I say it all the time because it has a rhyme to it. But I understand you got to sometimes, or use I use the hashtag rapist migrants. You have to poison the word because you just cannot humanize these people because passively it begins to make people feel guilty or feel bad for them. Don't feel bad for them. These are the scum of the earth. Don't feel bad for them. Joe Biden can't lean back. He falls out the chair. Sure enough, he does. Sure enough, he does. I never voted before. I'll vote for Trump if you be my conservative Dom Daddy and put me. See, I just read the comments. I just click them, put them up on the screen and read them. I don't screen it. I don't have a moderator. What is a conservative Dom Daddy to put you in your place? And are you a woman? And what do you look like? Who are you with your sunset? There are 300 illegal immigrants. Oh, shit. There are 300 illegal immigrants. I wish it was only 300. God, we could deport that in a fucking afternoon. Adam is a migrant. Who's Adam? I don't know Adam. Who is Janice Maria Manarino? God, that looks like me. Looks like he did a tranny version of me. Right? Does that look like me? Oh, God. They are illegals. Please use the term correctly. You're right. Your husband is a migrant. Oh, you're a troll. Get the fuck out of here. Illegal aliens. Exactly. Joey, you are a good dog daddy. I do my best. Where is my Alex? Where is my Alex, by the way? We miss Alex. Vivek will deport the illegals. Get him in there so he can get them out. He will not let the media spin what's really happening. He will be able to articulate what they're doing and why. Go. I like it. I love Vivek. We need Vivek. CCP have sent in thousands of military-age illegal alien men. Very true. And they're not here to rape. They're not here to kill. They're Chinese. They're here to spy. They're here to spy, and they might be here to bring bioweapons. Joshua Morit. Been trying to reach you, Joey. I'm Mike Johnson's Republican primary challenger this November in Louisiana District 4. So when is the primary? Because you can't be the primary challenger in November. When's the primary? That could be interesting. Mike Johnson needs to move to the right. He was meeting with Zelensky today. And I said, unless he's going to spit right in Zelensky's face and hand him over to Putin, I don't see what's the point of the meeting. CS, I am gay. I know my place is beneath straight conservative men. Okay. Louisiana has a jungle system. Oh, okay. I'd be interested to hear more about that. I'd be interested to hear about that. One other person that no one is talking about is Wesley Hunt. I like Wesley Hunt from Texas 34. I like Wesley Hunt. I don't know if he's known enough, but he's a hell of a guy. He should be in the cabinet if he's not VP. I don't worry. God, I'm tired. It's midnight where I'm at. I don't worry so much about name ID for the VP. I think the focus should be on Trump. I do like you have to think of the yard signs too. Trump, Hunt. I like that. Trump, Ramaswamy. I like it just because it's Vivek. Trump, Vivek. Then you have Trump, Pence. Trump, Pence was actually, it worked. You know what I mean? It worked. Trump, Christie would never have worked when he was considering Christie for that 5 minutes. Anyway, we are going to go and end this for the night. We're going to find another time. Damn, but we got 17,000 people watching. And I hate to end it, but when I start to get sleep, you can see my eyes are closing. Run him against Laverne Spicer, see who's more irrelevant. Seriously, exiting NATO and the UN. I like that. We got to get out of NATO. NATO, this is a waste of money. Look at all that money they're throwing away in Washington. It's just, NATO is becoming a disaster. NATO is this. Rubio, Trump does sound good. Trump, Rubio, it's a good combination. I like the 5 and the 5. Trump, Pence worked well. Of course, if we judge by names, Trump, Pence was a horrible ticket in reality. But, we all saw how that ended. This is fun, interesting to find you. Thank you, Vicky. Here's the story. Laverne isn't running. Laverne is under investigation. No, she's not. You're full of shit. You're so full of shit. DM me about the UK stuff, please. I want to follow you too. I want to follow you. You have zero muscle definition. I mean, these people, these are grown men, right? And they sit there and they claim they're straight, but they're looking at me. That's very creepy. Very creepy. Anyway, yeah, I know. 17K. If you have receipts, Manarino Festo, send them over to me. I'd be very curious to see what you got, but you never got receipts. Never had a single receipt in your life. Like when you said, where's all the receipts? If you're talking about one more thing, then I go, where's all the receipts, Manarino Festo, about all the allegations that you be sending my way from your little friend with the K? Okay? We know who you got your little foolishness from. And she's got whatever. We do these things privately. We don't need to put stuff out there because you never should broadcast your moves. Anyway, you're foolish. Thank you all for watching. If you're not following me, my X account, the handle on X is Joey Manarino US. Make sure that you're following. And we will see you soon. We're going to get on there right now and tweet some stuff. There's the Twitter. Oh, that's how I do the banner. Okay, very cool. Scroll across the bottom. Wonderful. Thank you all for watching, and I shall be back very, very soon.